Greetings. Happy Monday. I hope that you are well today. So, I haven't been on YouTube making videos in a while. It's been a lot going on. Uh, some other processes and practices that I have been doing has been taking up a lot of that time. Um, so, I just wanted to share with you um, something that came up a couple of days ago. And I figured it's time that I tell how I got to this space where I am today. I had a colleague ask me, how do you know this stuff? I've never heard of these type of things. And she asked me, how do you know these things? So I'll say around 2020, uh, during COVID. Um, a little before that, I was experiencing like some tingling, some numbness in my hands, my feet. And at this time, I was in esthetician school. Um, so my teacher would, put me under the light, doing class and, trying to relax me, trying to, I love light therapy, by the way. Um, at this time, I wasn't aware that I was experiencing multiple sclerosis. So before that, like I stated, I was having just, like some numbness and tingling. And um, so I started losing mobility in the right side of my body, then the left side of my body. And one day, my husband was like, "Can you grab my hand?" And so I was grabbing his hand, but my hands wasn't moving. And this is the first time I saw fear in him, and I knew something was going on. This is serious. So I made a doctor's appointment, and they did the test to see what was going on. Why was I, having these issues with my hands and losing mobility? So went through that process. Um, it took about 2 years for them to diagnose and say, "Hey, this is multiple sclerosis." I had 5 lesions on my brain. The numbness, the tingling, and during this time, mind you, I was a uh, parole officer um, by day, and once I was done with that, I would go to school to become an esthetician. So from about 8:30 to 5, um, parole officer. From 6 to 11 at night, I'm in school. Mind you, it was so much stress going on. My body was talking, but I wasn't listening. But I knew something was on, something was wrong. And I did try to push through, before I even made that doctor's appointment. Uh, just trying to push through, not listening. Um, I was diagnosed with depression. Uh, when I was younger, maybe in my early 20s or a little before that, um, I was diagnosed with depression. Um, I would have all these different emotions, all these different things that I was carrying. Um, I've been married 24 years. All my children are grown now. Um, just overworking my body mentally, physically, emotionally, not taking no time for me, putting everybody before me, everybody else's needs before my own, abandoning myself. And I went to, I said, I'm going to do something for myself. And my spirit led me to this group. Uh, I went to my first new moon. Uh, uh, it was like a new moon practice or uh, a new moon ritual where you um, release, and that was my first time grounding. I didn't know what grounding was. And one of my mentors told me at that time, she was like, you're going to heal yourself. This is a testimony. You're going to heal. And at the time, I didn't believe what she was saying. I didn't understand what she was saying. You know, like I said, I'm losing mobility. So I started learning affirmations, affirmations, grounding, being in a group of women. Um, Everybody is going through something. Everybody has a story, you know. So that's where it started um, for me. Um, Speaking in front of people, uh, being around so many women. Um, and it was scary. But it was something that my soul needed. Um, so that was the beginning. And then after that, I did that for a while. Um, then I went through a rites of passage process with Mama Iyanla. That took me to another level, a deeper level. Um, the rites of passage, becoming a woman um, in my 40s. And that was such a deep unfolding for me on my journey. So many things that I was holding on to that was physically making me sick, holding on to pain, not forgiving, because I felt at that time, if I forgive, this is going to let this person off the hook. So that was a huge lesson. And it's an ongoing thing, forgiveness. Now I have the understanding and understanding of what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is not to forget. Forgiveness is not for that person, but it is for you. Because we don't realize when we don't forgive what that does to the body. I didn't want to be in that anymore. I got up one day and I said, no, no. I said yes. I said no to not being like that anymore. And I said yes to me. I said yes to me. I said yes to God. I stopped running. I stopped hiding and started showing up and loving myself. And I know it's kind of cliche because people say it all the time. Well, forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. At the time, you don't want to hear that. You want to be in it, you know? But I'm not telling you to do as I did, but just sharing what was hurting me, what was hurting me, and how I started to heal. Because I would say I forgive, but I'm still holding on to it. I haven't fully released it. It's still there. Because when this certain person come around, it's the bitterness. I'm angry, resentment, all of the things, all of these emotions. I'm triggered every time they come around because you hurt me, you lied to me, you betrayed me, you did all these things to me. You. Blaming. Not to say that didn't hurt, or not to say they was not wrong for, whatever they did. But it's my responsibility to control me. I can't control somebody else. I can't control something that's outside of me. I can only control me. And when you say yes, so many things is going to be required of you. And when you say, I forgive, so many things are going to come up to where it's going to test you. Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh. Where it's going to test you, where you're going to be tested. Just to see, do you really believe? Do you really have the faith? Do you really trust yourself? Do you really love yourself? So it's just a practice. I have to practice that every single day. And forgiveness is one of those lessons that, hey, had me repeating the same lessons over and over and over and over and over. But I know one thing, when you get tired, when you get tired, and I keep hearing now to say this, it's not something that you do. It's not something that you have to do. It's how you be. How you be. How is your heart? Because that anger, that resentment is here, is in the heart. So that's how I got here. And I'm still practicing every day. And healing is not just straight, up and down. Just so many different emotions, feelings, things that you're going to go through. And in the beginning, I used to feel like since I was doing all of this work, why is this stuff still happening around me? I'm doing all this work. The work is not to say, hey, you're never going to get upset again. You're never going to get angry again. You're never going to be disappointed again. The healing comes from, okay, now I have this awareness. Let me check in with me. That triggered me. Why did that trigger me? What was it that they said that triggered me? I listened to my body. I listened to my body. And even though I have the awareness, okay, it's like, now, what are you going to do with the awareness? You see it. So now what are you going to do? So it doesn't stop, you know? But be gentle with yourself. Give yourself some grace. Be patient with the process. Check in with yourself. Take some time. Give yourself at least 5 minutes before you even get up in the morning to check in with yourself. What are you feeling? What are you feeling? How's my heart? What are my thoughts? Is this fear? Is this truth? Trusting what you know. Get still and listen. Take a breath with me. Breathe it out. Put your hand on your heart. Take another breath. Breathe in and then blow it out. One more breath. Breathe in through the nose and just release it. Blow it out through the mouth. And listen to what your body is saying. If you're feeling any sensations, just notice what you feel. And you might not feel anything. That's okay too. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not knowing. Forgive yourself for not knowing. And forgiveness is love. Love on yourself today. Forgive yourself today. You are worth it. You are worth it. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope this resonates. Um, and I hope that you know that you are not alone. You are not alone. Until next time, be well, in love.